Yo, what is up, guys? MattWic here. We are back, NHL 25, testing the draft. And as you can see, we are... Actually, you can't see it right now. I took it away. We are top of the table in the Atlantic Division after a disappointing year last year where we missed the playoffs after a Stanley Cup final run. We had a tremendous season, winning 51 games, which is a career high for the franchise. 110 points, barely edging out the Toronto Maple Leafs for that top spot in the Atlantic. So we will be taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets, I believe, because the Carolina Hurricanes absolutely dominated the Metropolitan Division. But guys, look at some of these stats for these teams. 110 points, 110, 109, 99. Like, I was worried for a little bit. We had 100 points, and we were super close to missing out on the playoffs, which would have been very disappointing. But I think we would have got in regardless, with the Panthers only getting 99. So we would have been good, but still made me sweat just a little bit. The Colorado Avalanche came close to the President's Trophy there, 118 points for them. Nathan MacKinnon, absolute beast so far, 126 points in 82 games for him. That's just unreal. Thankfully, we won't have to see them until we maybe make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. But guys, I'll show you real quick the stats that we had, the lines that we rolled with for pretty much the entire year. I did go back a little bit on my promise to Claude Giroux. If you watch the live stream, me signing him to a one-year deal. What would we give him? A pretty hefty deal, 10.9 to come here for 1 year. I believe Florida also offered him like 10.7 for 2 years, but he decided to come here where he felt he had a better chance to win a cup. I promised him first-line minutes, but midway through the season, that did change with Alexei Tropichenko, just because he was scoring so many goals, and I just couldn't keep him off the top line. He was playing on the third line, moved Kaliev down to put Giroux on the second line, and he finished with a plus 20. Not going to complain about that. Anton Lundell, another massive season. He's 91 overall now. And then our drafted player, the captain of our team, Ricky Combs, 91 overall. He had a huge season, plus 20. I believe was there any line that had it? And Redley Gregg, plus 13. Callie Paulson, this is another guy, one of our drafted rookies, first-round pick. 38 goals for him, almost past the 40 mark. I can't remember what the goal for him that I had was. And it looks like it's not displaying it at this time, so I'm pretty sure it was for goals. So he more than likely hit that, because I think it was at 30 goals. So very nice to see. Hopefully he gets another big overall boost. Only 20 years of age and 88 overall, which is crazy. Claude Giroux, he had a good season, 66 points, so I couldn't complain. But the plus minus always left me wanting a little bit more, so I moved Tropichenko up there to be a little bit bigger body. Hope I'm saying that right. Jakub Koltsov, another guy who is a drafted player of ours, second-round pick in 2025. Was the medium elite or the low elite that we found, the only one in that draft class after the first round. 26 goals and 20 assists, playing a lot of fourth line minutes. You can see he only played 9 minutes per game pretty much there, so he had a huge season for him. Jonathan Berggren, this is a guy who's been nuts for us on the third line, fourth line year last year, kept him around on a pretty cheap deal, a good contract there for a bottom six guy, but he had a phenomenal year. 19 goals, 20 assists, plus 31, just a beast out there. Kaliev, even though we took him down from that top line, he still had a hell of a year too. You can see one of the big problems I had last year was just our lack of goal scoring. Not so much this year. We had goals all throughout the lineup, and it was awesome to see, carried by our absolutely loaded defense. A little bit disappointing. Romanov dropped down from a 91 to an 88, so don't know really what's behind that, but I don't want to change him. Actually, yeah, we'll move Keandre Miller back up and see how he does up there, because he had a pretty good year as well. But Thomas Harley, it's 9 goals, 63 assists, and a plus 29 for him, 25 minutes per game. Bachfist not far behind him. We set him the goal for the, for the Norris, so we'll see if he's able to contend with that. We don't know what Cale Makar possibly did, probably put up some insane numbers. Keandre Miller there. Philip Broberg had himself a good season. Romanov plus 31, Edvinsson plus 24. So yeah, we really had, I don't think we had any minus players on the team. And then obviously Kochetkov and Bloomqvist in net. Kochetkov actually had a phenomenal season. We challenged him to win the Vezina, and he might be contending with that with 39 wins. Good save percentage and a good goals against average. Can't complain about that. Joel Bloomqvist as well played really well. And then guys, one thing coming up, I want you to be aware of this. Carter George, we got to get him in the NHL sooner rather than later. 37 wins in the AHL, 4 shutouts, 2-4-1. He was our second round pick in the very first year. after the expansion draft. So looking to get him some NHL minutes as well. Other than that, I mean, this Stu Grimes guy that I picked up in free agency because nobody was signing him, 41 goals, 48 assists in the AHL. This guy's going to be in the NHL sooner rather than later as well. Benak also had a good season, 28 plus 28 there for him. And then who else? Novotny, a little bit of a struggle, minus 15, which I'm not really sure what the reason for that. Maybe he was just the minus guy. Damian Bannister was a big surprise for me, 68 overall. He was a 7th round draft pick in that very first year, but 25 goals playing third line minutes. Did put him on the top power play as well, but he did not let us down. So he is going to be a goal scoring machine. Hopefully that overall can increase. Other than that, not really too much to speak of in the AHL, but boys, let's get into it. Let's see who our first round opponent is. All right, here we go, boys. The first round is set. It is going to be the Columbus Blue Jackets, and interestingly enough, they have Jake Ottinger on their team. So let's take a look at the rest of the roster. We know some names that are probably going to pop up there that might have developed nicely. Yes, and it looks like it. Marchenko, Kent Johnson, Johnny Gaudreau still in this game because the pre-release, like the early first day rosters were, I guess, the NHL, like, what's it called? Like around the NHL playoff. Like, it didn't seem like they got touched. I know that Benak guy that somebody in the comments mentioned, they took out of the game for whatever reason, so I'm going to try to upload a copy of these rosters to the roster sharing after this video to see if you guys want to use any players that might still be in this one, just because, like I said, I think they took some players out. Johnny Gaudreau probably going to be one of them. Like I said, I haven't loaded up another franchise and checked Columbus yet, but I would assume that they took him out of the game. So he is still going to be on the team for them here, so let's see what he can do. Caden Lindstrom has developed very nicely, 90 overall here from our first round pick, so good to see. Adam Fantilli in 86, you'd think he would have grown a little bit more. Dumas, 2022 third round pick. This is a solid team though. Jean-Gabriel Pageau down there on the third line, Del Bellouz down there as well, so it's a hell of a team. I mean, this is pretty much how you should build a team under the in the salary cap area, and when you're trying to look for that balance throughout the roster. Let's check the defense here, and obviously they got some studs, so not as good as our defense, but a very well balanced defense. Werenski and Jiricek from the front, Severson and Villain. That's a cool name. Tobias Villain. Dante Fabro's over there now, and Darren Radish and his bald ass. And we know Jake Ottinger is in net, 90 overall. Holy crap. And Elvis Merzlikins there as well. Who do they have scratched? Any studs? They do. Gavin Brindley, 2023 second round pick. He's 83 overall, so it's insane that he's not able to make the team. And then every other scratch kind of makes a little bit of sense there. So let's get into this one, boys. We got a big first round here. We want to make our way back to the Stanley Cup Finals. That was actually our goal when we talked to our coach before the preseason. I said, like, hey, what do we want to set our goal as? And I said, yeah, we want to make the playoffs, and it said Stanley Cup Finals. So we have high aspirations for this team. Obviously we should, with the amount of 90 overalls now that we have on the squad, especially on the defensive side. So let's see if it's going to translate to some playoff success like it did translate to that regular season success here in game 1 against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Let's go, boys. Don't come into this first game sleeping. We lost, I think we lost one game heading into the end of the playoffs, but that was against the Carolina Hurricanes. Other than that, we finished fine down the stretch, so we should be good to go and all fired up. No first game lull. Let's go, boys. First period. 2-1. Okay, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Pageau's finding it, but Dorofeyev was able to get a goal on the 4th line. We're getting outshot like crazy, so it's a miracle that it's only 2-1 here. So let's see, boys. Can we get it back under wraps? Second period. 6-3. No, we cannot. So we claw our way back there a little bit and tie the game up. Torpachenko gets 2 there, but then Werenski goes off and Chinnikov goes off there. So let's go, boys. At least make this a respectable game. We're getting outshot like crazy. Don't know the reason for that. So let's see. 6-3. Come on, boys. Claw back a little bit. Make it competitive. Lindstrom gets a goal. Make it 7-3. Kachetkov, get him out of there. Get him rested for next game. Get his head right. This is not the way we wanted to start these playoffs. I wanted a nice long playoff video for us to upload today, but it looks like we might be getting to the draft a little bit quick. Let's see. I'm going to change one thing on the lines. Actually, no, Torpachenko got 2 goals, so I don't want to take him off that top unit. That's kind of what I was thinking there, is maybe move Claude Giroux back up to that first line. Let's give it one more game, and if things don't turn around, then we'll make some pretty drastic line changes. One thing, actually, I will do is I'm going to put Romanov back on that second pairing. We switched him with Miller, so let's see. We had him set there all year, so we kind of changed up the mojo there in the pairing. So let's move Miller down, put Romanov back up, and then hope that that is just enough. We don't have to dig into these lineups too much more, because I don't like the unknown. We didn't have to change our lineups much this season. We didn't have a ton of flexibility in terms of who we could move up and down. So let's see if that is going to be enough to turn the tides here in game 2. Coach, what are we paying you all that money to do? Figure it the F out. First period. All right, better. Bachfist gets 1, nothing for them, so a big shutout period for Kochetkov coming back from that 7-goal game. Shots are more even. That's what we like to see. Carry it on in the second period here, boys. All right, we let him come back a little bit. Torpachenko gets another, and Toropachenko, whatever it is. Callie Paulson and Thomas Hartley. Let's go. That's what we need from our big boys. I believe those are our 2 other alternates on the team. So third period, can we hold our 1-goal lead? We do have some playoff experience on this team with the cup run that we did have. So let's see if that is able to pay off for us here. We have a solid defense, so we should be able to shut the door. Kaliev gets us 1 to give us an insurance goal here late in the third period. Let's go, boys. Keep it up. Come on. Almost there. Empty netter. Oh, I really wanted to put a 6 spot up on them after they put up a 7 spot on us. But I will take the 5-2-3, even up the series there. Let's go into game 3 here. No need for line changes. Come on, game. Get moving. That little stutter it does after it gets out of the game makes me think it took my input, but it did not. So let's go here. And guys, let me know. I know NHL's fully come out now, so let me know, what are your thoughts on franchise mode, everything else. I know you saw if you saw the EASHL video I uploaded the other day, they got to work on the matchmaking a little bit there, but it did say the population was low, so maybe they're the only guys playing it. We played the #1 team in the world, so went about how you would expect. We gave them a good bit of a fight, but it was a little too much for us to handle. But let me know with your experiences so far throughout the game, what you like, what you don't like, and let's go, boys. Carry the momentum from last game. First game was a fluke. This is how it's going to be from now on. First period. All right, 1-1. I'll take that. Lindstrom gets 1. Giroux's able to even up on the power play. Shots are getting a little bit out of hand. Not too much that I would get worried, but we don't want to see a repeat of game 1 in the second period here, boys. Let's go. Focus. Get out there. Show that heart. There it is right there. Berggren gets a shorthanded goal. Paulson gets another goal. Chinnikov brings it back to a 1-goal game. And Fantilli immediately makes it a tie game here in the third. And Marchenko, there they go. They're up on the board. Come on, boys. There's an answer from Dorofeyev. We're going to have a shootout here, boys. Let's go. Power play. Oh, not able to get anything on that. We are getting outshot pretty heavily now. Another power play. Come on, the refs are trying to give it to us up here. Come on. And of course... Come on, can we get another one late? Oh, they get another one. 6 goals. This series is going back and forth right now. We have 7, 5, and now 6 here in the next game. So let's go in. Let's move Claude Giroux up to that top pairing. And then see if there's anything else that we kind of want to do. It's kind of been disappointing. Ricky Combs, our captain, hasn't been more of a factor so far in this game. Maybe Lindell, we slot him down, move Paulson up because he's been having a big series. Charchenko's 87 overall, and he's got 3 goals in this series, but in -2. Claude Giroux's just a straight up -2 with 1 goal. So let's actually leave him there. I think that might be enough to mix things up a little bit for us. And then one thing, guys, I know some people have been saying in the comments that franchise mode seems a little bit too easy. I would agree, kind of. One thing I did say is that it feels like the top half of your roster gets massive boosts, but if you look here at the bottom half, like Dorofeyev was like an 83 overall, Forrester was an 83, and Kako was I think 83 or 84 at the start of the season, and they've all dropped because they haven't been getting sufficient ice time. So there is that like inverse effect of it. But I do understand, I mean, especially when you look at my defense, it's it's pretty evident, but I feel like the top half of it just needs to be adjusted down just a little bit, and then the bottom half is fine, just because if you're not giving the guys the ice time, obviously they're going to be a little bit disinterested if they feel like they should be playing more, and their overall might drop a little bit. But Let's see if that move is enough to even up the series here in Game 4. We do not want to go down 3-1. We are back in Columbus, though, so we know that cannon is going to be popping off. Ooh, I hit sim game, and I thought for whatever reason it was just going to skip the game, and I was like, no! We could have had great reactions to that one. But let's go, boys. First period, we already got a shot on the board. Let's get off hot and fast. I want to put up a 7 spot back on them. That's a good start. Paulson, power play goal on that first line, soaking in those minutes. Him and Ricky Combs up there are franchise staples. We got to get Paulson locked up to an 8-year deal. I think this offseason, if not next offseason, which we'll do that in the midseason anyway. But he's definitely going to be a guy we make a lot of room for. So let's go, boys. Second period. Fuck. So we go up 2-0, Giroux on the power play, and then this Columbus team, man, they can just absolutely fire off goals, which is absolutely insane. Paulson gets another one. Giving him more ice time was definitely the right idea. Let's see if he gets another one. Ricky Combs, okay, he woke him up. Paulson woke him up there on that first line. They're working together. They're the young guns. They're ready to go. Greg, it's a short-handed goal. That is huge. 5-3. Can we kill off that power play? Yes, we can. Add one more to it, boys. Come on, I want a 6 spot. Give me an empty netter. Oh, we didn't get it. We get 5 again, though. But wow, what a series this has been so far. Very back and forth. One game here, one game there. Lots of goals. An exciting series. It's not what I really expected with 2 stud goaltenders like we have with Ottinger and Kochetkov. And look at those save percentages and goals against averages for these two guys. So they're both struggling, but it's going to be about who can figure it out first in terms of the goaltenders. Who can make the adjustment to shut down the other team? And I'm hoping it's going to be Kochetkov. He's got some experience under his belt. Let's go, boys. First period. Oh, come on. We go down 1-0. 14 shots to 1. Now it's not even about Kochetkov figuring that out. Why can't we get shots on net? Why is this huge fluctuation from game to game? Boys, let's go. Second period. All right, I like it. We went down 2-0, brought it back. Another goal from Paulson. That is absolutely insane. Kakko gets one on the 4th line. Shots, we brought it back a little bit. It's better than 1 shot. We had 13 shots that period, but still a little bit disappointing, boys. Let's go. Third period, anyone's game. Lundell from the 2nd line. He's not discouraged. Let's go. Keep it up. Show that heart, baby. Can we hold on to a 1-goal lead here in the third period? Would be huge. Put us up 3-2 in the series. This is a massive game for Paulson again. This guy is a stud. Let's go. I'm so happy I made that move. Oh, man, and Kalia finally gets us the empty netter, and we put up 5 for the 3rd game in this series, and we take a 3-2 series lead heading into Game 6 back in Columbus. Let's go, boys. This is what I like to see. Oh my goodness, playoffs for the AHL are over. Did they continue? Looks like they did. Wow, so our AHL team is making some moves down there. They had some guys that were tearing it up. But guys, big game here, Game 6. Clear everything out of your head. Finish this series off. Put them away. We don't want to let this go to a Game 7 because we know this Columbus team can be filthy when they shoot the puck. So let's go, boys. First period, step on the throat. Put them out of here. What do you say? 4-2. Oh my goodness, what a first period. Gaudreau gets one, Padjo, Kent Johnson, Lindstrom, Capo, Kakko, and Edvinsson gets one from us on that 3rd pairing. So we actually outshoot them, but Kochetkov's not having the greatest game. Both of our goals coming from the boards there, and theirs all pretty much from the slot. So got to play a little bit tougher defense, boys. We still have a chance in this game. Let's go. Second period. There we go, bringing it back. Claude Giroux and Capo Kakko, another one. So we got 1 period to move on, 1 more period to play Game 7. Who wants it more, boys? Let's go. We do. That's right, Dorofeyev. How you doing? 31 shots to 17. Defense got to step it up now. Let's go. We got 5 goals. That should be plenty. We got 4 90s or 3 90s now on defense. Another power play. Come on, put it in. Oh, come on. We can't. We know this Columbus team can be nasty too. We can see 3 goals pop on the board for them real quick, but we will not, and we will move on to the next round in the playoffs here. Game 6 victory against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Still, wait, were we first round? No, still not eliminated from the playoffs in the first round. We love to see that. Let's go, boys. I'm going to sim up. Let's see who our next round opponent is. Second round of the playoffs, a big Canadian matchup here. The Toronto Maple Leafs against the Quebec Repechage. Still not saying it right. I cringe every time I have to say it, so I can only imagine how you guys feel. But I know I got some fans up there in Toronto who watch these videos, so I know who you guys are going to be rooting for. 30% power play in the first round for the Maple Leafs. That is absolutely insane. We know what these lines are probably going to look like I for whatever reason thought that was the Toronto Maple Leafs right there, and I like my face. I wish you guys could have seen it. That looks more like it. There we go. 98 Austin Matthews, who I believe finished second in the scoring race behind, oh my god, 59 goals, 59 assists. What a beast. Behind Nathan McKinnon, William Nylander, over 90 overall, 117 points for him, and then Mitch Marner down here on the second line, 84 points, so nothing to sneeze at there. John Tavares, Alexander Nylander on the team as well. They got him playing second line minutes. Wonder if that's a little bit of nepotism there, getting his brother on the team. Kampf and Kuznetsov down there on the fourth line. That's interesting. So definitely, I mean, top heavy, which you would expect, having three studs in their 30s. So that is one thing. Matthew Nyes has developed pretty nicely. We had him back in our testing the draft NHL 24 with the Draft Kings. Defense here, Morgan Riley 91 overall, but then other than that, I mean, we stomped them in terms of our defense, but they definitely got us beat on the offensive side of the puck. Goalies, let's take a look. Ville Husso and Ilya Samsonov, we'd have them beat here as well, so we should be able to fill the net on these guys. It's going to be about if Kochetkov and our defense can keep their pucks out of the net. We don't want to see that, so let's get into it. Pretty similar regular seasons for the both of us. They almost surpassed us in terms of first place in the Atlantic, but we were able to hold them off. So let's go, boys. Let's see if we can hold them off here in game one of the first period. What do you say? 6 goals? Make Toronto fans shit their pants? I'd like to see that. 2-1. Okay, I'll take that. Paulson, again, this guy's a beast. Got to be up there in terms of the playoffs. Got to be, I mean, he has to be number 1 for goals. He's having an unreal season. Dorofeyev as well so far this playoffs on the 4th line, which is insane. Drury brings one back there. Second period. Let's see if it's more of the same. 3-1. Giroux gets one for us, and we head into the third period up 2. It should be enough with 390 overall defensemen. Should be 4 on our team. They should be able to shut them down sufficiently, and it looks like we are able to. Claude Giroux adds another one. 3-goal lead here. 34 shots to 23. So the Toronto Maple Leafs looking like the typical Leafs. Sorry, Maple Leafs fans, but first game done. Let's go. Moving up. A 1-0 lead in the second round of the playoffs here. Let's see if we can keep it up here heading into game 2. Come on, let's go. 84% penalty kill for them. Power play came down 4%, so they had a couple of them. We were able to kill them off. Game 2, boys, no need for any speeches or anything like that. We're sitting fine. We're playing well. One thing I would like to see, Ricky Combs only has 1 goal so far this playoffs. I want to see a couple more in this series. I want to see him take over a little bit, especially being a 91 overall. Paulson's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. We want to see a little bit more from our boy Ricky Combs. First period, boys. 2-2. Okay. So Drury, Robertson, so we went up 2-0 when we gave it up. That's a little disappointing. Kako, another goal. That 4th line is unreal. And Keandre Miller, their second period. Can we pull away? 3-3. Okay, so Liljegren gets one, and then Lindell gets one short-handed, so that is good to see that we're able to attack this top power play unit of them. Claude Giroux, Mr. Third Period, quickly becoming a trend there. A lot of dots on the graph. He's forming a line, boys. Let's go. That's what we like to see. 4-4. Morgan Riley ties it up. We got ourselves a game. 5-4. Matthew Nyes on the first line gets one past Kochetkov. Oh, and Austin Matthews wakes up in the series 6-4. We able to get 2 quick here late, boys. Anybody want to step it up? No. Oh, okay. All right. So nothing we're not used to. We played like this against Columbus, very back and forth series. The big thing is we don't let them get too many games up on us. Let's go. Sim to the next game. Callie Paulson, he's happy because of increased ice time, but we know someone else has got to be sad because of decreased ice time. So let's get into this one here. Game 3, series tied 1-1. Back up in Toronto, so you know the building will be mild. Let's go, boys. First period, 2-1. Paulson gets a power play goal to lead it off, but Nylander and Austin Matthews gets one on the power play as well for them. Let's go, boys. Shots are a little low in this game. I'm surprised. Second period, 2-1 still. Okay, so we got our work cut out for us here in this third period. Get a quick one before the 10-minute mark. Tie this game up. Power play, perfect opportunity. Short-handed fucking goal to this Cowan guy. Who the hell is this? Come on, boys. What are we doing? Come on, somebody. Get another one. Get one before the 5-minute mark right here. Boom. Oh, come on. That would have been huge. Nothing. Really, we're going to let an 83 overall go. And then he gets a fucking empty netter on us. Jesus Christ, boys. 4-1. Maybe it's time. Claude Giroux's been tearing it up. Torpchenko's been a little bit quiet. I say his name differently, I feel like, every single time I say his name, so apologies. You know I'm not the best with names here, but let's go ahead and move Claude Giroux back up to that top unit. Let's see. Do we keep our boost? Only +1, but it's fine. Let's see. How many goals does Paulson have so far this playoffs? He has 8, -3 though, and so we know who's assisting him on those. Let's see if with those two up on that top unit, they can fill the net a little bit more. Do we want to think about moving Dorofeyev up? He's got 7 points down there. Koltsov's struggling, so yeah, let's do that. Let's move Dorofeyev up, Koltsov down. We haven't really seen anything from him, and then maybe we'll think about the same with Kakko because he's been playing really well on that 4th line. Hopefully we don't mess up any mojo we had going there. Let's only enhance the mojo, boys. Please, please. What is this? Game 4, down 2-1. First period, boys. Come on. Make Toronto fans shit their pants. Even this series back up, heading back to Quebec. First period, what do you got? 1-0. I like it. Claude Giroux from the first line. Let's go. Line change genius here. Second period. 2-0. Keandre Miller. Let's go. All right, 2-goal lead. It's not going to be enough, though, boys. We know this Toronto Maple Leaf team. And there it is already. Before the 10-minute mark, they get one. Can we get it back? Oh, that would have been huge. They're going to come back. I know this game's not finishing 2-1. Come on, boys. We haven't had an overtime yet game this entire playoff so far, so I don't know if I just jinxed myself. There it is. Oh, come on. There we go. Kaliev on the 3rd line gets one. Is that a dagger? Is that a dagger? Dagger. Let's go. 3-2 game-winning goal for Kaliev there. Ties the series back up 2-2. Let's see. Sim to the next game. Let's check around the league and see what the rest of the playoff series are looking like and who's the top point getters so far. So we got the Oilers and the Canucks there, 2-2. Colorado Avalanche, they're back. And the Pittsburgh Penguins, who have been phenomenal for whatever reason so far in these sims. Matthew Tkachuk leading there, 20 points in 11 games. Where's our boy Nathan McKinnon at, though? I don't see him on the league leaders list. That is interesting. Normally he's absolutely tearing it up. I just feel like I'm blind and I keep looking at him like, where is he? He's got to be there somewhere, but I guess not. So let's get into game 5 here, boys. Series tied 2-2. Let's see what we can get done. I got high hopes. Coming off a big win, boys. Let's go. Build on it. Get up 3-2 in this series. Their buttholes will get tight and we'll put them away. First period. Fuck! Matthew Dumba and Mitch Marner. Come on, man. All right, shots are even, so we're getting our chances. Just not going in. Keep at them, boys. Keep working. 3-3, that's what I'm talking about. Ricky Combs and Callie Paulson. Let's go. My boys. I feel so proud right now. Matthew Dumba's able to get another one late there, so he's coming alive. But we are out shooting them. We have taken the momentum in this game, and we are looking to put them away. Pretty much would be away if we go up 3-2 in the series. We're not looking back. Let's go, boys. Come on. Who wants to be the hero? Who wants to be the superstar? Who wants to be the king of Quebec? Come on. Power play. 5-minute power play. Nothing on that whole power play. Boys, what are we doing? All right, here we go. I asked for it. First overtime game, 44 shots. Ville Husso's playing insane in net for Toronto. Or we're just throwing everything at the net, which is also possible. Quick one. Power play. Penalty kill. Killed. We killed off one of the best... Oh. Morgan Riley gets the OT winner there, and we go down 3-2 now against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Ooh, boys, I don't like that. This is making me a little bit nervous. Come on, I don't want to give the Toronto fans in the chat anything. What do we got, boys? What are we doing? Don't do this to me. Don't piss me off like this. We're going to make some changes to this team if we can't beat Toronto in the playoffs. First period, boys. Elimination game. I want to see coming out with some heart. Show your determination. Show that will. This is some Pittsburgh team. We're built like steel. First period. And they broke us in half. Paulson and Kaliev get 1, but 4 from the Toronto Maple Leafs here in the first period. Second period, boys. Come on, only on 9 shots. Kochetkov, what are you doing, man? Let's go. Second period, boys. Come on, 2 goals. Easy. Oh, 6-3. Paulson gets another one, which is insane. But then, who the fuck? Tufty? Who is that? Jonathan Tavares gets one as well. Surprised he hasn't been bought out yet. Oh, come on, boys. Let's go. That would have been nice to get a quick one there, but they're going to get... Nope, no power play for them. Just a quick power play for us. There we go, Giroux. We're not dead yet, boys. Before the 10-minute mark. Come on. Add one before the 5-minute mark here. And we got ourselves a chance. Come on, somebody. Callie Paulson. Oh, Comp gets one. That's going to be the nail in the coffin. Hold up, Combs. No, not enough. Not enough. Would have been nice if we would have been able to hold off that that 7th goal, but we are unfortunately going to fall to the Toronto Maple Leafs here in the 2nd round. I hope you guys, oh man, please don't let me hear it in the comments. I don't want to hear it from you Toronto fans. This is terrible. We dealt with this enough with the Pittsburgh DraftKings. Now we got to deal with this with our Quebec team. Ugh, just disgusting. Hopefully the Penguins beat them in the next round. If they don't, I'll be super disappointed. But that's going to be the end of this video, boys. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like. Comment your thoughts, like I said, about the video, about franchise mode, about HUT, anything on NHL 25 so far. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? And make sure to subscribe to the channel for more NHL 25 content. That's going to be this one.